We all love beef jerky. It is delicious, it lasts a long time, and it's easy to make. But what about bacon jerky? Bacon jerky is awesome, and the prices reflected it. There is no way you can find 2.5 ounces of bacon jerky without paying over $8. Shut up! Yes, you pay for that because it is delicious, but they are trying to make you think that it's very difficult to make because of the amount of fat the bacon has and so on. Today, again, we go against all that craziness, and I'm gonna teach you how to make it at home because it's easy. Let's get into it. Most of you will be thinking about the amount of fat in the jerky, and that is one of the main concerns we also have. So we've made a lot of tests just to make this video, and I tried all the possible ways people recommend online, and finally I was able to find the best way of making the bacon jerky I love. Compared to all the other beef jerky we've done in this channel, this one is an easier process. But this one is not going to be the normal jerky we make to last for 2 reasons. Even though we try to minimize the fat issue in bacon, it does still has fat, and that might get rancid after a while. But unfortunately, that is something we haven't been able to test because we eat it all. There is no way this bacon jerky will last more than a few weeks. It is delicious and it goes with everything, so don't worry too much about going rancid. Yes, I know, many of you are trying to store jerky for a long time, so let me tell you. This jerky should be good for about 2 weeks at room temperature in an airtight container. And if you want it to last longer, just set it in your freezer and it should be good for about 6 months. Again, I haven't been able to test this theory because every time we make a batch, it is eaten in less than 2 hours. Because it is delicious. And to make that amazing bacon jerky, I got this good looking pork belly from my favorite store, Broward Meat and Fish. If you had never been there, I will ask you to go and check them out. The quality of the products are second to none, and the prices are the best in the entire South Florida. If you live in the area, go and check them out. They have 3 locations in Broward and opening a new one soon. You will not regret it. I selected this pork belly from the bunch of the other beautiful ones because of the amount of meat it has. As you can see, the fat here is less when compared to the meat, and that is something you should take into consideration when making bacon jerky. Select the leanest pork belly you can find and cut it yourself instead of buying the bacon they sell sliced and ready. But like anything else, it will have its pros and cons. The pros: you will be the master of your bacon jerky and you select the best based on your own opinion. The cons: this pork belly hasn't been smoked, so any bacon coming out of it won't have any smoke flavor. For me, I'm not worried about it because we're going to be seasoning this bacon jerky with a rub, and we will make it taste like heaven. After cutting all the bacon you want from your pork belly, the next step will be to bake it a bit so it can release as much fat as possible. At this point, it doesn't matter if the meat pieces touch each other, as they will be rending fat and getting smaller. Just try for them not to overlap so we can get them all nice and crispy. Here, you will have 2 options. The one I'm using here by using an oven rack. The rack will keep the bacon away from the fat falling from it, and it will bake by itself for 30 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees. The second option is to set them right on the trays, and as it releases fat, it will cook in it. For that, we will bake it at 350 degrees for only 20 minutes. More than that will make it too crispy, and that is something we are trying to avoid. If you selected to go with the tray option, you will need to flip your bacon midway to guarantee it cooks evenly on both sides. Once that is done, you will see a lot of fat rendered in the trays, and the bacon will be moist and greasy. To make sure the meat doesn't crisp too much while dehydrating, it is important to pat it dry as much as you can and set it to the side because now it's time to add some rub. I'm going to use this rub I got from Neil's Wrap that adds a nice smoky flavor to the meat and a bit of a heat, just a little bit to make it a little tangy. If you want more heat on your bacon, you can add some Cajun pepper or some red pepper flakes. This is just perfect for me. Just spread the rub on the bacon and make sure it has a nice coat of rub everywhere. With all that done, it is time to set our bacon in the dehydrator and set it to cook at 150 degrees for about 8 hours. Now, bacon jerky is not a set it and forget it, and again, that is because of the fat content it has. Every hour, we will have to open the dehydrator and pat the bacon down to remove all the moisture and fat coming out from the dehydration process. Then you should be able to get this reddish, beautiful bacon jerky that cracks but not break when bent. This is a treat I will guarantee you it won't last longer in your house, as it is delicious. The process is simple, the meat is cheap, and the results are amazing. So let me ask you, after learning all this, will you pay those ridiculous prices for bacon jerky again? Let me know in the comments. And here we have it, guys. This is good stuff, guys. Look at the colors on this. Oh man, this is so good. It's crunchy. Not too crunchy. It is chewy. It tastes amazing because of the rub and also because it's pork belly. You know, it tastes really good. And man, this is crazy good, guys. Every time we make a batch, I did a lot of different tests. I did like 5 tests just to make this one happen. Every time I make a batch, it's gone in about 2 hours. It doesn't last 2 hours here at home. So this is something that if you want to store it for a long time, you can freeze it and it's going to last a long time. But if you just make it like that, people will eat it like candy. This is like the candy of the bacon, man. The candy of the jerky, let's say. The candy of the jerky. This is the candy of the jerky, man. This is amazing, guys. It tastes delicious. It is really good. Should I give it a delicious? Let's give it a delicious. This is delicious, brother. And we don't have Miss Ninja here to say sisters. She's doing some stuff. But this, guys, is something you should definitely try. If you ever done it, let me know down there in the comments. And if you want to try it, just follow the recipe the way I did it. You know, there is a few ways to go with the oven side, which is the tray or the rack. Whatever you go with is good. And it's going to taste amazing and it's going to be really good. I tried with the rack and I tried without the rack. I like the rack a little bit better because all that fat falls on the tray and it doesn't cook the bacon. But the one that you do without the rack, just on the tray, is as good as this one too. There is no way you can lose with this. This is great. This is amazing. This is ridiculous. That's why it's so expensive and you should definitely give it a try. Now, let me ask you something. Did I make you hungry? If I made you hungry, you have to hit me with a like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends and family, and don't forget to share these videos on your social network because that helps us a lot. That's all for today, but remember that I love you.